Hi everyone, you might have seen the exciting news that the Lowther Estate have had a pair of beavers introduced to the enclosure that they were approved a licence for back in January. So this is amazing news, the first beavers that have returned to Cumbria for around 400 years. So I have come to the Lowther Estate to meet up with Jim Bliss, Conservation Manager for Lowther, to have a little sneak peek at the enclosure to see what the beavers have been up to. It's a private estate, so I've got Jim's permission to be here, but I thought I'd take you guys around on the journey with me, so let's see what we can find. First up, we're going to go meet Jim, see what he has to say.
So we're here at the Lowther Beaver Trial, standing in the middle of the enclosure next to one of their most recent field signs that we've seen. We're really excited to have the pair now here in the enclosure on the estate. They're already doing some really exciting things within the enclosure, and you can see here where they've been gnawing at this tree, and just behind us downstream is an amazing dam that they've created to back the water up into the enclosure so they can access other areas. You'll also see when Heather takes you in the later bit of the tour to see the new lodge that they've created and expanded with their own natural input there, as well as expanding into a sort of a grazed grassland outside of the wetland scrape. And then there's another series of dams where that redirects the water, backs up the water to really push it into this woodland area so they can access trees like this, which were maybe a bit far from the water course for them to access, but now they've pushed the water back up to create these deep pools for them to feel safe in. They can now get to their natural forage. So we're really excited to have them. They seem to be establishing well, and hopefully we'll have some really exciting news next year, but we'll keep you updated throughout the winter.
Well, I don't know about you, but I can't wait to go and see some of these beaver features, so let's head off. So you can probably see that the woodland itself is really dense. There's a lot of natural forage for the beavers already here. There's a lot of tree species, so they can fell a tree up to around 1 metre in diameter, but they tend to like the smaller trees. So what's great is that there are loads of signs to show that the beavers are really starting to settle in. So you can see they've been felling the trees or coppicing them. They provide like a natural coppicing service. And here it's been getting the lovely fresh underbark to eat. This that you can see behind me is one of the dams that Jim was quite excited about. So the beavers have whipped this up in what must be around about 2 days or so, if that, and they've compacted the mud with the sticks and stones, and already you can see that they've started to compound water behind them, so they need around about 1 metre depth or so to feel secure, and that benefits us during drought events in the long term because it helps to hold water back. It also slows the flow of water downstream, and it helps to filter water too. So beavers will establish a series of dams along a watercourse, and that's exactly what the beavers have done here. So this is just one of a few dams along this existing drain. You can really see on this section where they've been widening the channel. So all of that mud at the side there, they've taken from the bottom that you can just see and pushed it to the side. And that helps to deepen the channel for them to move through quicker and easier, and it also helps them to move more swiftly between sites where they forage and gather their kind of building materials. So this here is the pool that they installed before the beavers arrived, so that they had a pool already available that had that depth they required for security. This is the lodge that they created as well, that the beavers have actually got to work enhancing. They're doing a bit of a home maintenance, I suppose, and the beavers now have been observed bringing food in from the woodland into the pool, and that's where they'll have their winter cache. But although a lodge was created for them, they've made their own as well. I don't know about you, but I've really enjoyed this sneak peek into the new home of Cumbria's very first beavers to return after around a 400-year absence. So if you've got any questions about this project at Lowther, near Penrith, or the work of the Cumbria Beaver Group, get in touch with us at info@cumbriabeavers.org.uk or follow us on Twitter @CumbriaBeavers.